Hey guys, I just wanted to test out this lav mic I got, and it's a great opportunity to tell you about Dosh. Dosh is a free app that automatically gives you cash back without submitting any receipts or doing any kind of paperwork. All you do is link a qualifying debit card, and any purchases you make at Dosh approved stores, which there's hundreds of, you automatically get cash back into your account. No gift cards, no gimmicks, no discounts, just cash you can withdraw to a bank account. Please sign up with the link in the description or the pinned comment. For every person I refer, I get $5, so you'll be helping me out as much as you're helping yourself out. Enjoy the video.
Alright guys, here's the scoop. Today is transition day. I just left my one and only day at work driving this E36, and boy, did it suck. Could be worse though, actually. Hang on. I could be this guy. So, we're gonna go grab the title for the Acura, and we're gonna go to the DMV and transfer all the plate work from this hunk of quality German engineering over to the Integra. Astoundingly, almost 90% of you voted to keep the Integra over the BMW. That's insane to me. Well, no, it's not. I know why. This thing sucks, but it's not that it sucks. I shouldn't say it sucks because it runs really, really good. And it's fun to drive. Just for the fact that I get in and out of a car that I'm daily driving like 30 to 40 times a day. And the fact that this BMW has your typical E36 door issues. You gotta pull the handle like 4 times to convince it to open. It sucks. Drifting this car, super fun. Jake is gonna have a field day with this once we get the diff welded and get it out to Magic Valley. It's gonna shred, dude. I need to get a haircut really bad. This car has a trailer that's like 2 feet from my car, and he just threw it in reverse. That's tight, dude. Do what you gotta do, I guess. I don't have time for this. This guy's looking at me funny because I'm talking to nobody. The phone's like recessed into the dash, leaning against the cluster, so nobody can see that either. So it seriously just looks like I'm a psychopath talking to myself. E3 Civic, weird shifter, weird shifter. Come on, Toyota. So I really wanted to like drive this for a little bit and keep the Integra off my insurance and everything until I have the fender fixed and yada yada yada, but I can't handle this. There's no way. It is terrible. The Fiesta's at the dealership. I'm gonna make a video explaining why that is the case. Hopefully I should have that back tonight, but I think I'm gonna just keep driving the Acura since that was kind of the idea, the winter daily idea, and we'll kind of just, over the weekends, put the new engine mount in it or put the new fender on or do whatever. Guys, it knows. It knows. All it has to do is go 2 miles to my house. I hate this car. That doesn't give me high hope. It's a little loose actually. We got dash lights? We don't. Yeah, the battery terminal is just loose. Alright, BMW is out, Acura is in. It's now registered and insured. Let's go take the plates off. Speaking of transition days, Happy New Year. Also speaking of transition days, check out this quality transition. Alright, the old A6300. This camera's so good. Get these plates off, throw them on the Integra, go whip the new daily, and go pick up the Fiesta, actually. There she sits, ready for Jake to come pick her up. I want to say I'll miss it, but after today, I don't know if that's true. So the previous owner kept the screws that held the plates in, so I threw the back on with some zip ties. Hopefully those will stay. And the front, I looked through my screw bolt bins, etc., but all that stuff's American thread pitch, so I don't have a way to put the front plate on. Please don't like this in Idaho, but I'm going to put it in the dash. I've gotten pulled over for doing exactly that many times. Alright, so back to the less desirable quality here, because I was supposed to have a suction cup mount come in so I could put the mirrorless up on the windshield, but it didn't come yet, so back to the phone you guys go. A little update here. Today has been my first full day of driving the Integra daily status, and I have to say it's pretty astounding to me how quickly this car climbed the list of my favorite cars I've ever owned, except for it doesn't have the phone holding capability of some of the others. It's really pleasant to drive. Even I'm pretty sure it's probably the flex joint that has this big leak, but we'll get to that. Another thing that really irritates me right now is the camera not focusing, for one, but two, I'm pretty sure the blurriness at the back window is some old bad tint or adhesive left over from it, or really light tint where the adhesive has gone really, really bad, because this window doesn't have it, the passenger one does, and if you roll it down, if you crack it a little bit, you can see there's definitely tint on that one that I'll be removing. I think it's the same story for the back, which isn't the end of the world. I just would really like to be able to see out of it. Am I happy about the transition from the BMW to the Integra? Absolutely. This thing is just so much nicer to drive. And I got an interesting comment on Instagram. This guy said, "You're dumb as fuck. The 328 is faster and the Integra isn't rear-wheel drive." I feel like it's safe to assume that I knew that those were just harsh realities of this trade-off there, bud. I had an E36 itch for a really long time, and I scratched it, and it was definitely one of those don't meet your heroes moments. It did not pay off for me like Miata ownership did, and thus far how Integra ownership is, because I like this a lot. Somebody suggested polishing the GSR blades that are on it now. That's a good idea. I probably will do that. As you guys know, I ordered a can of just aerosol Duplicolor paint to replace that fender with, paint the fender that's in the back seat right now. And I'm going to do that still because I really want to make a video on whether or not Duplicolor paints duplicate as they exclaim they should. However, I also think now that I'm keeping it and that profit isn't a mindset for it. God, the heater works too good in here. I think I want to paint the whole car. Same color, factory color. You can get a gallon of it for, you know, a couple $100. It is Honda's Frost White. So I have a buddy who took classes on bodywork for a while, and I've been wanting to learn how to do some bodywork stuff. I know for sure I can fix the bumper up front. I'll make a video on that. And then we also have a friend who has a garage that's been converted to a paint booth, and he has offered its use before. So I'd really like to paint the Integra up, make it look really nice. This is a car I could see myself holding on to for a little bit. I grew attached to this the same way I grew attached to the Miata within the first few days of driving it. It's just, the shifter's really nice, all the gears feel really good. You know, you get to use the top end of the RPM range all the time whenever you feel like it. It's a really fun car. Great gas mileage, the heater cooks. I've actually had a couple of people really excited about this car driving down the road, which is kind of an interesting thing to me. That doesn't happen to me except for like when we drive the Steve. I had two different people just like, yeah, nice car, man. I was like, okay, thank you. It's actually not very nice, but I'd like for it to be. I'd really like to find some interior for it. Obviously, lower it pretty up there on the must-do scale. There's a guy here who has a really cool Integra that has like angel eyes, halos in the headlights. That'd be pretty sick. So, I don't know. Comment what you'd kind of like to see get done to this. It's not a rice build. That's not the plan here. And I know a lot of people are going to say turbo it. That's not really in the cards for the time being. Maybe I should throw down another ultimatum like I did with the first Accord. We hit 50,000 subs by the end of winter. I'll turbo this car. That doesn't seem super likely, but maybe. If we hit 50,000 by the end of winter, I'll do it. If we don't hit 50,000 by the end of winter, I might still do it, because I really want to turbo it, but I have to leave it alone, engine-wise. I did start smelling a little oil after I was driving it for a while. It's probably the typical Honda valve cover. I didn't see any obvious leaks, but they're really cheap, so I'll probably just do that, paint the valve cover, probably Honda Racing red because I'm a hot boy. And there's actually a guy who lives near Boise I know pretty well who has a bunch of Integra parts, so I might hit him up and see what he's got. I'd kind of like to do an unequal length header because then I could irritate all the Subaru boys. They're like, yeah, Subi rumble, but then my Honda engine could make the same sound. That's always good fun. Yeah, so I drove it for work today. I had to leave work early, but I've been driving for DoorDash with it for the past few hours. Going super well. That $3 peak pay, making like 30 bucks an hour almost right now. If you guys are interested in driving for DoorDash, send me a message on Instagram at BigB1011. I'll send you the invite thing. If you do the, I think it's 150 deliveries in 90 days, gives me a $500 bonus. I'll give you half of it back if you actually do it. So you want to drive for DoorDash, you want to make 30 bucks an hour, and on top of that, get $250 just because you're making money? Hit your boy up. But for now, I think that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. We say goodbye officially to the BMW and welcome to the DC4 Acura Integra GS, by the way. I'm pretty sure the trim level, because it's not cloth seats, but it's not a B18B. It doesn't have, or B18C. It doesn't have VTEC, but it's not the base model one. It's got leather interior. So I'm pretty sure that's a GS. I'll have to pull the VIN and take a look. But oh god. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are excited for the Integra like I am, because I've been having a good time with it. Don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell if you're already subscribed. I know a lot of you guys aren't getting notifications. And yeah. Follow me on Instagram. Add me on Snapchat at BigB1011. Submit your entries for Car of the Video to ChrisForeverHelp@gmail.com, and you might see it right here.